We're going to take a look at adding extra shifts to the rota and then offering them to internal staff before reverting to more expensive agency staff. We start on the rota screen. Let's reduce this down to show just senior staff nurses and turn on the targets. There are a few problems in the week commencing the 27th of October. We can see by the blue highlight in the header that this is a school holiday, so the problem could be due to a combination of extra annual leave and sick leave by Pamela Kelly. Our days with shortfalls are Wednesday the 29th, Saturday the 1st and Sunday the 2nd. To allocate an extra shift, we tick the Add Extra Shifts box in the top header. This switches on two sections. The first section is External Shifts. This allows us to add external staff, such as from bank or agency, to the rota. We click on the day to add a shift, fill in the details of time, name and any reference and click Save. When we return to the rota, the shift is shown in green to indicate that it has been filled and is now contributing to the staff targets. If we didn't add a name at this point, it would show in red and hence wouldn't be included in the targets. The second extra shift section enables us to offer shifts to our own staff. Remember, these are better staff as they know the department. They are potentially cheaper as they don't incur the extra agency costs. And of course, using our own staff becomes a contracted shift that a member of staff cannot simply cancel with a couple of hours' notice. To add extra shifts and offer them to staff, we click on the left column and add the shift type and time. We then click on the day columns and specify how many shifts are being offered on each day. We'll add one shift for Saturday and one for Sunday. The shift numbers are shown underneath the targets. They do not contribute to the target numbers at this point as they are not filled. Now we're going to look at the shifts from a user's point of view, in this case Carol, to show how they are offered to and requested by the staff. In the personal options, she selects extra shifts available. This will list the two shifts that we added. To allow her to make an informed choice, there is information about what she is doing the day before and the day after. To request the shift, she simply clicks Request and confirms the details. The shift is highlighted orange to show that it is pending an answer. We'll do the same for the other shift. We can repeat the request process as a second user, in this case Ellie. This time she is only going to request one of the shifts. We'll now return to the system as our manager, John, and head back to the extra shift allocation option. Firstly, we can see the external shift we allocated listed against Wednesday the 29th. Further down we can see the two shifts for Saturday and Sunday, along with the 3 requests that have been made. For each of these we have the choice of fulfilling the shift through an external agency or allocating against any of the requests. We only have the one request for the Saturday shift, so we'll click on Allocate. This shows the allocation pop-up with a summary of what will be allocated. On the right-hand side we have details of number of hours worked, along with the shift length and how it will be allocated. We will allocate this as overtime. When we click Allocate, the shift will display faintly to show that it has been allocated and the member of staff is shown in green. For the Sunday shift, we have the choice of the 2 members of staff. In this case, we will allocate it to Ellie. Again, we are given a summary and can allocate the hours, in this case 10.5 hours of overtime and 1.5 hours to be taken from her standard contracted 37.5 hours. When we click Allocate, Ellie's request is shown in green and Carol's is red to show that it has been declined. If we return to the rota, we can see both shifts have been updated and the targets reflect the new staffing levels. Both shifts are shown with a star to indicate they have overtime allocations. Clicking on one of the shifts will give further details of the allocation. Everything relating to the 3 shifts has been updated. If we look at the quick rota view, we can see the external shift and Carol and Ellie's shifts. If we look at the Modify Daily Shifts, the external shift is clearly marked on the Wednesday, and moving forward to Saturday and Sunday, Carol and Ellie's shifts are listed just like any others. Even if we go to Ellie's future timesheet, we can see the enhancements and overtime are already updated, ready for confirmation at the end of the month. If we log back in as Carol and return to the extra shifts available, we can clearly see the accepted and declined status. Taking a look at her personal calendar, we can also see the shift along with the overtime allocation.